There's this unwritten rule on YouTube that you should never admit you don't understand something, because then you just give a whole bunch of ammunition to your haters. But I don't think it's a real secret here on this channel that I don't grade a lot of cards. I have graded cards because I bought them in the past, but I don't submit cards individually to get graded themselves, which makes what I did a few years ago kind of silly. See, when Pokemon was heating up again, I was thinking about my childhood like most of us were in 2020, and I've always had this affinity to jungle cards. See, jungle was all we really had here for a very long period in Australia. I felt like it was all I was opening. Maybe that's all my parents were buying me, but I've always really liked jungle holos for that reason. So when I thought about collecting some of the jungle holos that I didn't have as a kid, and I was looking at the prices of raw singles here in Australia, I started to find that the condition of them and the price wasn't that great. And it didn't really make a whole lot of sense to buy them as raw damaged singles. So I went onto eBay and I saw that first edition graded holos were actually around about the same price that I was being offered. So I thought, hey, why not just try and get all first edition jungle holos graded as PSA cards and then crack the slabs and potentially regrade them? I don't know where I was going with that thought process, but it's where I ended up, and it's why I have this chunk here. I let the package sit in America for a very long time. I don't know why I did that either. That was also stupid. But a couple of days ago over on Twitch, which is where I do all my live streams these days, IRL streams, pack openings, whatever, we're streaming over there. I started opening these up individually to see what the condition was like, and it's not great. It's actually worse than I thought. You know, a lot of these are PSA 8s, and I felt like that was like a decent grade, which meant that the card was going to be in pretty good condition. But going through them one by one during the stream, I very quickly realized that that was not the case, and I don't know why. So that's why we're here, to make a little video and look at these up close and personal, just to sort of gauge what the condition is and try and figure out with you guys what I should do. So one of the first holos that I bought was Pinsir. I always really liked that Kagome Himeno drew a lot of the holos in this set. They are my favorite of the holos. So part of the reason why I wanted to crack them open was to put them in my Himeno binder, but my Himeno binder is in Japanese, so that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But like, looking at the front of this as a PSA 8 graded with a 4 cert, so that would have been around about 2019, 2020, I think, off memory. You know, the front looks good. One thing I observed was like on the sides of them, especially on like the left sides, you'd see like, you can kind of see it's just like chopped a little bit. And I don't know why. I don't know if that was a thing that just happened with the printing of this set. It doesn't look like a thing that somebody would do like to their card and damage it, but like corners generally look pretty good on the front of this thing. I guess it's like a little bit bottom heavy, just a very tiny bit, but the front looks decent. So that was kind of cool. Looking at the back though, I mean, I don't understand. I thought that that chunk there, and you can see that there's like a huge little chunk sort of taken out of the right, would probably drop the grade more. So maybe like this shouldn't be an 8. Or maybe the front of it is so good and the back, the rest of the back is decent, that only made it knock off like a mark or 2. Well, 2 marks, sorry. There's a little bit of a white damage speck there in the corner, if we can get it to focus. God damn, son. You can see there's like a little bit of damage there on that corner there, but like the edges on the rest of the card, maybe like a little bit there too. The edges on the rest of the card though look pretty decent. So I don't know why that's an 8. This is one that I thought maybe could have been a 9, but maybe that chunk there is so bad. I don't know. I feel like that should have, if it was so bad, it maybe should have brought it down to a 7, but I don't know. I don't grade a lot, so I don't know. I don't have any first-hand experience, but that one looked decent. Next up is Wigglytuff. This one is by Mitsuhiro Arata. So this is a classic iconic card. And again, the front looks decent. The cert is 2. So like part of what I was thinking when I graded these, when I bought these, sorry, I didn't grade them. Part of what I thought when I bought these was that like the 2 certs were maybe going to be like harsh grades. And so that I could like crack it. And then maybe if I bought like a lot of 2 certs, then I could regrade them as like 9s, and that would be kind of dope. I don't know where I was going with it. Once I started like buying them and I ended up in this hole, I was like, well, I kind of have to like finish it. But then you see the back in that corner there, and there's like another huge chunk taken out of it. So like maybe that's what brought it down to an 8. Otherwise, potentially it could have been a 9. Like the front of it looks great. And that's part of the reason why maybe I'm thinking, do I just take these out of the slab? But then when I look at the holo, can you guys see that? I don't know, like, is that from rollers? Like my WotC vintage knowledge is like scattered. Obviously, as like a primarily Japanese Pokemon card collector, I don't know the full lore and history about what was happening with these. I've heard stories and been told things from friends, that know a lot about vintage, Watsy vintage, but I don't know the full lore. But like, I'm thinking if that is like cooked, you guys keep getting flashbang there. If that is like cooked vertically and like if those are scratches on the card and not on the slab, and then there's that damage there, how is this an 8? I don't understand. I just don't understand. So we're 2 certs generous. Like, should this actually be a 6? And I should just not think about regrading these at all. I don't know. I shouldn't drop them either. Vileplume. I've always thought this card was like kind of weird. And I felt like this was like a holo that I would just see a lot of as a kid as well. It's like, I'd open a pack and it would just be another Vileplume. And you just wouldn't know what to do with it. It was a cool Pokemon at the time. You wore an onion on your belt. But now it's like, I don't know. So like, it's just, when I look at it, it gives me like weird, you know what it's like, the nostalgia bug. It just like makes you feel weird things. The bottom left of this looks like it's been chopped. Like that doesn't look like a natural rounding of the corner, but is that a thing? I don't. This is part of why I'm making the video. I feel so vulnerable right now. I'm like, chat, is this real? Like, I don't know. I don't know anything. I can't tell if the scratches are on the card or if they're on the slab. I feel like they're on the card because I can't see them on the slab. But you can see then there's like more vertical scratches on the holo. So, but from what I understand with grading, if that is like a pattern amongst all the cards, then it just gets factored into the way that the card is graded. So like a card that has like damage because of the way that it's distributed or the way that they are cut or whatever, right? If that's like a pattern amongst all the cards, then it factors into the grade and the grade is more generous is how it goes, I think. There's that thing with the edges again. So that makes me feel like this was just like an issue with jungle cards where like when they were getting cut, the left sides were getting chopped. We'll see it on some of the later cards where like the bottom of it has like that same pattern, but like the front of it just looks pretty good. So I'm just like, why wouldn't I just like crack this out? You know, I wasn't paying a whole lot for these cards. At the time, it would have been like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 USD. Obviously, like more of the chase cards were more expensive. Stuff like the Pidgeot, the Snorlax cost me a little bit more. All the evolutions as well that are in this set by Humanoid. But stuff like this, I was just like, yeah, why would I buy it as a raw? Bottom right corner, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the way that it was cut. Bottom right corner at the back looks a bit chopped as well. But like the rest of it looks decent. Unless that's like on the card. Nope, that was not part of the card. That's fluff and residue from my house. So a little bit of a white mark there that wasn't actually there. Trolling. The back of this looks good. As far as I know, to me, little bit bottom heavy. So maybe that factored in, but maybe this is like the most genuine 8. I don't know. That bottom left corner looks so chopped on it. Okay, Nidoqueen. Funny story. Somebody who watches the channel, really, really dope experience in Brazil when I was competing at LAIC. I think it was 2023 or 2024. I can't remember. The first time I went. Gifted me a Portuguese jungle pack, which was dope because I like jungle a lot. And I pulled the Nidoqueen out of that, which was really cool. I'll dig that out. Maybe I'll show that as like B-roll here. But Nidoqueen, popular Pokemon. Ken Sugimori. This has always been a nice card. Just the way that they're drawn. The background, the holo on it. Just fits well. 2 cert. Okay, so maybe that factors in. This was generous. This one feels very chopped. The bottom of it, chopped. Bottom heavy as well. Left to right looks fine. The left side of it doesn't look as chopped as some of the other ones that looked more chopped. Chopped is such a great word. Doesn't look as bad with like the scratches on the holo compared to like the Wigglytuff, which was like giga chopped. There are a few. Why did they roll the cards? Like I've seen that term thrown around, roller damage. Why were they rolling them? That is something I've never understood. What the hell did the roll? Oh, is that when it was like passing through the printer roller? So while they were printing it, they were scratching it. That seems like a design flaw. The back, the back left side edge looks chopped. You can like kind of see it. It's like whitening along the edge there on the left. And like the centering is maybe like a little bit more apparent, or maybe that's in my head. That is a genuine white spot on the back of the card. So that's not on my slab. That's on the actual card. Why would there just be a random white mark? Many have said that out loud before and wondered when they looked at their couch. The rest of that looks decent. No, there's another random white mark. No, that one was on the slab. Okay. So yeah, so like the back of this looks decent. So then I'm like, okay, if the bottom being chopped is like a trend or like thing that happens with Jungle First Edition holos, if the bottom being chopped is like a thing, the left being chopped is a thing, Shouldn't that have been factored into it and been like, you know what, we're going to be a little bit more generous? And like the scratches on the holo, wouldn't that mean that it should be like a 9? I don't know. That's where my brain was going. So also looks good. I mean, that was the thing. I was buying 8s and then for some reason I bought an 8.5. Don't ask me why. Always hated this card though. I've never liked this card. I don't think anyone really liked this card. Actually, I know one person here in Australia that does. Angel Groves Collectibles. They're a vendor and a store. Really cool guy too. Never really liked this, but yeah, part of the reason why I was buying 8s was because I was like, these look like they're in really good condition. And that, for the most part, they are. This one's very bottom heavy and it's also chopped again. It's chopped again at the bottom. So like that should be factored in, or maybe it already is. Maybe it's chopped elsewhere. It's bottom heavy, it's left heavy, and it doesn't look like it has many of those vertical roller print scratches that I'm just making up as a thing. I don't have any source. But one time, one guy told me that was a thing that happened to these slabs. Why on earth did I buy an 8.5? I think I was like, hey, that could regrade as a 9. And then I'm like, stonking. Oh, the centering. How did this grade an 8.5? Like, I don't know a whole lot. Listen, I may not know a thing or two about grading, but I know a 7 when I see one. There's right heavy, bottom heavy. This centering is ass. There's no, okay. And corner whitening, dude, the corners, there's no way. Chat, is this real? Even the bottom right. How did this get an 8.5? Okay, so I was going to say, oh, it's because it's a 2 cert. It's a 4 cert. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. This is what I mean. Like, someone teach me. I'm basically looking for like free grading advice. I don't want to go to somebody and pay their Patreon to get the free grading advice. Give me the free grading advice. Tell me in the comments. I'm comment baiting. This one is chopped at the bottom. I can see it. Almost looks like it's lipped. That's a new term that I learned during the stream. Someone said it's lipped. And I was like, you know what? Look at you reading the thesaurus one time and knowing what lipped means. Very fancy. I know what lipped means, but like imagine intuitively saying that when referring to a card. Got to be an absolute grading nerd. The vertical scratches from the printer roller doesn't look like it hit this guy. So this Venomoth is chill. I've always liked this card as well. See, Ken Sugimori art, it's like plain, I guess, or it's like stock standard. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. It's stock standard, but it's like iconic. And some of the, like, wait, is that the same holo as an Inner Queen? Hey, I never noticed that. It actually is. Dude, they're in the same area. That's probably why I like it. Okay. Bottom is chopped. Looks a little bit lipped there. Left heavy, bottom heavy. Oh, actually, the more I look at it, very left heavy. And the back of it has another little bit of a white spot. Why is there a white spot? Who let him put a white spot there? Bottom right, which is bottom left from the front. Bottom right has corner damage at the white corner. There you go. Oh, look how smart I am. Corner damage. It's really hard to like work out what the issue is with the cards with the slab on it compared to when I'm looking at a raw card. Put me in a Japanese card store looking at raw singles. I know what I'm doing. I've learned from the best. Shout out Pokemon Steven. Good friend of mine. Those kind of words can get you in trouble around here. They've gotten me in trouble in the past. Very insane top edge damage. We got there eventually. We crossed that bridge. Though, yeah, I've learned a lot from Steven, Pokemon Steven. You go check him out on YouTube. He's a very smart, sophisticated, handsome, intelligent man. Taught me a lot. Put me in a Japanese card store. I know what I'm doing. Put me in my room with the lights and the cameras and I'm cooked. This is like cooked at the back. There's like a bit of a lip there. You can see it. That's crazy. There's a lip there. That's crazy. There's a lip there. Dude, there's a lip there and the top is chopped and there's like random white spots on it. Who let them cook? That's an 8. Look, from the front, it looks lovely, but from the back, it's chopped. So, all right, Mr. Mime, I never liked this card. I was asking, I'm like, what is the background meant to be? And people in chat were saying Psybeam. Literally looks like a kid just went like that for the background, but whatever, it works. Because of that, I've always thought this card was odd. That is a scratch on the slab, so don't worry about that. Don't worry your little heart. Don't worry your precious little head. That looks like a scratch on the card, the horizontal one, so you can worry about that. Vertically, he's got a 36-inch vert. He still can't dunk. Nah, vertically, no real scratches. Doesn't look like it, unless that is. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm stupid. What about the centering? Bottom heavy. left, bottom heavy, left, right's fine. Left, right, good night. The edges are chopped. There's another instance of the edges being chopped. So chopped, dude. Like giga chopped. And then that's about it from the front. From the back, bottom left, points to the top, bottom. Top left corner, chopped. Top right corner, chopped. So there's 2 corners chopped. And then debatable if the bottom right corner is chopped or not. Semi-lipped. He's making up new terms. He's making up new terms on the fly. Nah, maybe not chopped. Bottom left corner, arguably chopped. A little bit of whitening on the corner there. The rest of the edges don't look as bad. This looks like it goes like it cuts in, like the top right corner. So I don't know what they were cooking there. I don't know why the front is chopped, but then when you look at the back, that's not chopped. There's no like major whitening. So I don't know, like my appraisal of this, bottom heavy, left heavy, chopped on the left, and then 1 damage corner, 2 damage corner, 3 damage corner, arguably 4. Like, shouldn't this be a 7? I don't know. But it looks okay from the front. Okay. Clefable, Mitsura Arita. This is a classic. I've always liked this one. Sitting on that little stone. Good card. Bottom heavy, right heavy. All right, what about the rest? Wait, did we already look at this? No, we looked at Wigglytuff. Oh, I'm tripping. I am tripping hard. Okay. That looks like a scratch there because I can't see it on the slab, so I'm guessing it's on the card. And then it looks like it's scratched all over. Is that just me? I can't really tell. A little bit of a, looks like, no, that's the, is that a scratch? The holo looks really scratched, but that's just me. I don't know. 4 cert. So I don't know if that factors into it. Doesn't look as chopped. Is it really chopped on the, I can't tell if it's chopped on the left or if it's something to do with like, you see what I'm saying? I can't tell if the card's chopped or if it's something to do with the way, like the border or like the sleeve or something, or maybe the sleeve is given like an optical illusion. I can't tell. The back of it. Okay. Top left corner, top right corner. Bottom left corner. No, I can't really. Oh yeah, a little bit bottom left corner, bottom right corner. Back of it doesn't look as bad. This is like the one where I'm like, why? Maybe, okay. So where I'm like, maybe it could have been a 9, but like, maybe this is a genuine 8. Maybe this is a genuine 8. Maybe it is. Yeah. Cause like the centering's bad. We don't know if it's chopped there. The scratches on the holo kind of look like they're there. No major like corner or whitening along the back of it. So maybe that's why it's like, okay, chill. It's an 8. That's damage. Is that damage on the card? That little white. Yep, that looks like it's on the card because it's not on the slab. Unless it's like hair. There is one card in here that has a hair in it, which I thought was crazy. But that one's pretty chill. So maybe that is like the most genuine looking 8 out of this pile so far. Kangaskhan. This is a card that baited a lot of people, I think, because you thought you had a rare Kangaskhan as a kid because there wasn't that on the card. Like the jungle sign was missing. And so it made you feel like you had an error card. I know that I felt like I was like a millionaire as a kid because I had that. So even when I was like 9 or 8 or however old I was, I still thought that I was a millionaire. I still knew the value of an error card. How did he know? How did he grow up this way? The front looks fine. Bottom heavy. Right heavy. I'm going to say right heavy. And then that looks like about it. Like I can't see any like major scratch. Oh, as he says that. A lot of horizontal. That's like, there's a bit of action there happening horizontally. But maybe that's a feature of Jungle Holos. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't have first edition here as a kid, so I'm only really seeing these for the first time through the slab. Bottom looks, little bottom heavy, little left heavy at the back, which adds up, bottom and then right. As for damage along the rest of it, like the edges look decent. Bottom corner damage, and then the rest of it looks fine. So maybe this is a genuine 8. How do we go? What do we do? We go like bottom right heavy, so centering probably an 8, and then like scratch on the holo, so surface, maybe it's like 9 or 8, and then corners, damage and damage, so not 9, so 8. So it lands at 8. What's the other edges, corners, surface, edge, centering. That's the one. Yeah, okay. 8. Scyther, dope card. A Ken Sugimori classic. Always thought this card was super dope. I don't actually think I got this as a kid in Unlimited. Wait, what do they call it? What do they call it? Unlimited. Shadow. What's the one? You got Shadow. You got first edition, Shadowless, Shadow, Unlimited. We're gonna run with Unlimited. You can tell them. You can tell them my what's. I feel so vulnerable. People are gonna say I thought J-Love was a Pokemon card expert. No, he's not. He's a fraud. Bottom right, bottom heavy, right heavy ish, bottom heavy, right heavy. Look, he knows his stuff. He's an expert when it comes to centering. The front of it looks decent. Lipped there. You can see that that's lipped. I should have made this video totally differently. See, this is the thing with YouTube is that you can just lie. It's a beautiful thing. I could have just made this video and be like, chat, today's video, I run an experiment and show you how PSA slabs are super, super damaged or whatever. I could be like, why PSA grading is a scam. And then just being like, by the way, don't think that. And then just being like, you see how the inconsistency in the grading? It's a beautiful thing. And then I could have acted like a hero. I could have gone on ChatGPT for like 60 minutes and done a whole bunch of research and then been like, okay, now I'm well equipped to lie to my audience. I'm ready to make this video and pop off. But I thought it was better to do it this way and just act stupid or be stupid. Top right, little damaged. Top left, little damaged. Bottom right, little damaged. Yeah, 3 corners. 4th corner. That looks pretty good. There was that lip at the front, that there. So it's like kind of chopped along the top edge. And then when you look at it from the back, it's not as chopped. So it's more like it's a thing on the front. I feel like that is like a genuine 8. And that's in the 2 cert series. So maybe that is a chill one. Okay. Should we go into big hitter? This is like the fella from the set. So the big fella is like the one that everyone wants. It is a dope Pokemon. It's an iconic illustration of Snorlax. So it's a classic. This was one of the last ones I bought. You can see because of the 5 cert. So I think I kind of got most of them and then I just forgot about it or like sat on it. And then I waited for like the prices to cool off and then I picked up one eventually. Because the thing was I didn't want to get 9s because I was getting so many 8s. I didn't want to get 9s and like screw the whole thing up. So top to bottom, I feel like it's decent. Left to right feels like it's decent, maybe a little bit left heavy. The damage, see, is it that thing along the edge on the front again? I can't tell if it's damaged or chopped or not. Kind of looks like it is. Bottom corner damage-ish. Bottom right. And then, but the rest of it like looks chill. Vertical scratches if you kind of like get it at the right angle. Like for the most part, it looks kind of chill. Like this is a good condition card. This is what I wanted to buy when I was trying to buy the singles. I wanted to buy stuff like this, but I felt like I was paying like PSA 8 or PSA 9 prices for like significantly worse condition cards than if I just bought them from the States. Because that was the thing. I couldn't buy first editions in Australia really without paying a premium because we didn't have it. Top left. Top left, yes. Bottom right, no. Bottom right looks good. Bottom left, kind of a little bit there. You can see like there. But like the back of this looks really good. So maybe this is a fellow that could have been a 9. I don't know. Like the centering isn't that bad. The surface, if that is like a thing with the holos, first edition holos having like that print roller damage, I feel like should be factored into the grade. And it's like, it's just on all the cards. So it's just whatever, like you don't get penalized. But like, that's a good looking fella that I feel like could be a 9 in another world. All right. We got Victory Bell. So never been a big Victory Bell fan. They did occasionally enter my team when I was playing yellow as a kid because you just need like a big tanky grass fella. But see, I was like more of a Vileplume kind of person. I don't know. Center Scorch girl or Stone Mask Ogerpon boy. Victory Bell girl or Vileplume boy. Pick. I'm a Vileplume boy. But there's some runs I'd be a Victory Bell girl. All right, what are we looking at here? Bottom right. Bottom right. Bottom heavy. Left to right, right heavy. Bottom heavy. Okay. None of that funky business on the edge front there. So it's not chopped. Bottom doesn't look chopped. Holo looks good compared to like the other holos. Why was this an 8? This should have been a fucking 10, dude. This is 100% a 10 contender. Dude, this should have been at least a 9. What's wrong with it? It kind of looks like it's got nothing. Like that corner looks fine. The bottom left is chill. The top left is chill. The top right has like a little bit of a white. This is like harsh. If this was the era where they were being generous with grades, the 2 cert period, why was this an 8? This should have been a 9. That's my assessment. This should have been a 9. Is the bottom chopped? No. This one is fine. It's like my least favorite mon from this, and that is like the best conditions that we've seen so far, by far. Okay, Pidgeot. So I think what was happening was I couldn't find a PSA 8 that was like a good price, and I just said, okay, we go BGS for some reason. I think I saw a good BGS 8, like the price was good, and I thought I'd just go for this. So maybe the standards are going to be different here. I don't know what period this is for BGS grading because I'm not well versed in BGS grading. I don't speak a lot, so you can tell that I haven't spoken a lot to the camera in a while. Top left, this like looks pretty decent. So it's obviously very bottom heavy. I think I knew that at the time. Yet it's still got a 9, so make that make sense. Bottom heavy, right heavy-ish. But the rest of it looks good. That looks like that's a scratch on the slab. So this like shooting star thing you're seeing there is a scratch on the slab. As for the scratches on the holo, like it looks clean. Like I can't see any like crazy scratches on the surface there. So it looks pretty chill to me. But it's got an 8 on the surface grade. So well, I guess this is the good thing about seeing the subgrades. We actually get to see like the logic there. Corners at the front look good. I can't see any lipping and there's no whitening on the yellow. So that's like pretty chill. Okay, so that one just like copped a massive smack in the face because of that bottom left corner. And I guess you could kind of argue that that bottom right corner also has like whitening on it. And then the rest of it is like pretty chill. So the edge has got a 9. I feel like they should have got a 10. Centering got a 9. Probably should have got an 8. Corners got an 8. That's probably fair. Surface, I can't see it. So maybe there's like a dent somewhere. I can't see it. I'm not seeing it. Unless that is like a little bit of that's a mark. I don't know. But I am not seeing it. So this looks pretty chill. So maybe I should have got BGS as 8s because these could probably regrade as a 9. That could probably regrade as a 9. So maybe that's the thing I do. I don't know. Okay. The last fellas. So Vaporeon. This is a really old slab. You can tell it's an old slab because of the back being different. So I know that much. This is an old ass slab. 2 cert. How does it look? So I went for 7s on the Vaporeon, the Jolteon, and the Flareon because the 8s were really expensive. So I didn't want to pay the premium for the 8s. Because as we've seen, the 8s are in good condition, but it's actually kind of like mixed. So like if I paid 8 prices for these fellas, but then I got cards that were basically in bad condition or like not optimal condition anyway, it would feel a bit silly. It made more sense to go either 7s or like 9 or 10. 8 feels like a weird grade to get these in. So 7s were about the same price as the 8s for the rest of the holos. This one looks chill, bottom heavy, right heavy. Front looks good. I'm not seeing that weird chopped action along the edge. So like that's a good sign on the front. Looks a little bit chopped along the bottom. No, it doesn't actually. No, I lie. I take it all back. So like the front of this looks really good. Really good. The front of this looks dope. I'm pretty happy with that. I was happy with that when we were looking at this on stream. By the way, the full stream is over on the OKJ Love VODs channel. So go and check out the OKJ Love VODs channel if you want to see the full stream of this, where it's happening in real time and I was arguing with chat. Back of this looks good. Again, I think we said the Vaporeon is the weirdest grade here. I think Kygus was even saying, watch the 7s be better than the 8s. It's lipped very badly at the bottom left here. So you can see if I get it there. So that's not great. That's probably like hurt it quite a bit. That probably happened. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that happened to when the person who ripped or pulled the card handled it? Or do you reckon that happened in the factory? The rest of this card looks really good though. Top Corners look good. Bottom corner there looks good. Not seeing any like major lipping. Is that arguably lipped at the top right? If you get it there, is that lipped? I wouldn't say that's lipped. That's probably lipped at the top left. Okay, so like lipped on bottom left, top right. Which is probably why I got a 7, because the rest of this card looks great. So I feel like that's a fair grade. I'd say that's a fair grade. You know, the lipping probably brought it down all across the board. Such a great card though. Like Himeno's first illustrations of the evolutions is just so good. Classic here, Jolteon. This is a great card. Just so good. So good. These are classics. Himeno, goated. Bottom heavy, kind of right heavy, and then that looks pretty decent. I can't tell if it's scratched the holo or if it's just it's not scratched. It's not as scratched as some of the others. Like the Clefable was like giga scratched. Clefable had some serious, like if you look at the scratches on the Clefable, like you can see like that is crazy. Those are crazy scratches there. Haven't really seen that many kind of scratches on the rest of these cards. So this is in pretty good condition. The bottom, the sides don't look very chopped. The rest of this card looks dope. What was the problem? I can't remember. Not lipped. Oh, is that kind of top right corner damage? Is it lipped though? A little bit. Can't tell. It's like kind of hard to tell. Bottom right, kind of like whitening on the corners there, on like the outer corner or the start of the curve on the corner. Start of the curve there on the bottom left there on that corner too. So maybe a little bit chopped. There's like widening there on the edge there as well. So what do we got? We got a little bit of corner damage. We got corner damage, corner damage, corner damage, corner damage. And then top left, decent. Top right, decent. Centering, not the best. Surface generally looks pretty good. This is one of those cards you could send to that guy on YouTube. I can't remember the name of the channel, but we were watching it during the stream where they put the shiny, what do they call they put the polish, that's the word. They polish it. They put it in the humidor and then they stamp it and they flatten it and tighten it with clamps. And then they put it in the humidor again. I can't remember. When did they put it in the humidor? I think step 1. And then it like goes up like 2 grades. Could do that. Unethical. Don't do that. It's unethical. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to say was this version looks way better. So this is the Japanese holo that I bought in Japan on my most recent trip. And I am going to make a video showing all the cards that I bought on that Japanese expedition that I did. There are a lot of cards I bought. Probably be a video a bit like this. So if you like what you see, you want to see more of me just like looking at cards and just yapping, then hit the sub button, hit the like, leave a comment, do all the cool little engagement things. But how much better is the Japanese holo? It's just leagues above it. So good. This card was actually very cheap considering the prices of these cards in Japan right now. And I think it was priced that way just because it's hella pringled. But like, you can fix that. Like that is they say like, I can fix her, but they can't fix her. But this is a genuine like, I can fix her moment. So that's pretty dope. All right, big fella, Flareon. I think of the 3, this is my favorite of Himeno's illustrations of the evolutions. But this is in good condition-ish, I think. It feels like it anyway from the gut. Right heavy, top heavy. That's a new one. Usually we're bottom heavy. So I'd say top heavy, right heavy. And then kind of a little bit chopped more towards the bottom left side of this along the edge. And the rest of it looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any like major scratches on the surface of the holo. So that's like promising. And you look at the back. The back looks good too. Like the back looks decent. Look, actually, no, I lie. So like surface, that looks like it's on the card. That looks like it's on the card. And then bottom left, corner, there and there. So corner damage, significantly damaged there actually, I'd say, compared to the rest of the cards. Bottom left corner, bottom right corner. It's like side of the corner on the left, side of the corner on the bottom right, side of the corner above it. What do you call that? We need to come up with more terminology so that it's easier and quicker to like, we need more, like we have a lot of terminology to like shorthand and like speed up speech. Why don't we have it for like whatever that, instead of me saying like the start of the bottom right corner, bottom, the start of the bottom right corner, right. What do you call that? It's obviously the corner is the corner, but what do you call the approach of the curve? It needs its own term. Approach of curve, corner, bottom right corner, approach of curve, bottom. It's too many words. We need to come up with a system. I don't know why this is a 7. I feel like this could be an 8. Maybe it's a lot of random things. I did buy the Flareon as well. The store that I bought these cards was dope. They didn't let me film inside, but like hella good condition. I just think the Japanese version looks so much better. The Japanese holo for these was just so good. Something about it. I think it's like less, it doesn't look as washed out. It feels like more saturated. But this is a dope card. And this one is in great condition. Same issue as that Jolteon that I picked up. You'll see that when I go through that Japanese, when I show you all the cards that I bought in Japan, because I am going to show you what I bought as I go through the store tours, but the store tour video is going to take a little bit longer. So rather than like make you guys wait for that, I thought I'll just make a video showing you all the cards I bought along the way. So sub to the channel if you want to see that. Give us a like. Give us a little, hey, how are you? Go and check out all the socials. They're in the description. But yeah, that was my little experiment that I don't even know where I landed. Do I crack them? I've never cracked a slab in my life. Do I crack them and put them in the binder? Do I crack them and regrade them? I feel like nobody cares about vintage anymore. So like, who cares? What's the point of regrading them? Like, realistically, I'm not going to sell them. The only way that I would sell them was if I had some like crazy Japanese grail that I was like working towards. And it was like, okay, move on your holos, your WotC first edition Jungle Holos for an insane Japanese grail. I'd have to think about it. Difficult decisions. You're going to make difficult decisions in life, chat. Very difficult decisions. Thanks for watching. Make sure to sub to the channel and let me know what you like. Well, let me know what you think of this kind of video. I'm not really going to edit this a whole lot. I kind of just wanted to yap. It's been a while. Thanks for watching. This was sporting. See you guys later.